Most people will try and fix a dark photo like this just by adding some contrast or by adding brightness to it. You can see here, if I add brightness to it, start playing about with the highlights or the shadows, or even trying to add in some extra saturation, it just doesn't quite look right. Now, we might try all of those things, but that's not the right way to do it. There's a really easy way to do this and fix a photo inside of Adobe Express, the sponsor of today's video. Let's dive in and let me show you exactly how you can fix your photos you might have otherwise thrown away. Now, I'm going to walk you through how we can turn this dark photo into this rescued image right here. And there's quite a few things that we're going to do on this, but they're really easy to do inside of Adobe Express. Let's go back to this dark image. Now we can see on this, we've got like, it's dark, and we saw beforehand, we might come to the adjust, but there's this auto enhance option here. If we click on the auto enhance option, you can see right away that that photo or that image looks so much better. Now there's a couple of things in here that I want to fix. And one of those is I want to get rid of this glass of drink here, and also this lampshade up here. I kind of like thought I might want to get rid of that. So we're going to come over to remove object. We're going to change our brush size to be a little bit bigger. We're just going to brush over this glass here, and then we're going to click on remove. Now, I like to do these one at a time, and because I feel that that kind of like helps me pick the best image for removing one object at a time. Now we can see here it's now given us three options that we can choose from here. You've got one where it kind of like extends the mat. You've got another one where it kind of like extends the table and it's disappeared. And you've got this other one here that's kind of like just that little bit different. It's a little bit more table. I kind of like this first option here. So we're just going to click keep on that one. And then we might want to choose to remove other objects. We might want to choose to remove this extra lampshade here or anything else like that that is distractive or distracting in the background. This is where we're at now. So we've now kind of like got rid of the glass here. I've got rid of the extra lampshade here just by using that remove object option here inside of Adobe Express. So that's a couple of things we've done first. We've done auto enhance and we've actually now removed some objects. Now the next thing I want to show you is how we can actually resize this image for a platform. So let's say we want to post this to Instagram. We can see here that it's not quite the right size. This is a tall image. It's probably a 9:16 or something else like that that I've captured on my camera phone. So all we do is we come over to resize and we can then change this to be either custom, which is now 1080 by 1440, or we can do the Instagram portrait post. Now let's say we want to do that. We're going to say expand the image, and if we do that and click on duplicate and resize, you can see here it's going to actually fill in those edges and give us the option to actually resize that image so that it actually fits the platform that we want to post it to, rather than having to crop in. It's actually given us those extra bits at the side. Now we can see here when it comes back, it's given us these three options here. Now I'm not quite sure I'm happy with these three options, so I've clicked on generate more, and you can see now it's actually generated more options for us there that we can actually start adding in, or we can actually choose. Now I've already chosen one where I was playing about with this earlier on, and you can keep generating these until you find the one that you're happy with, but I'm just going to click discard on that one, and I'm going to show you the one that I was happy with earlier on. There you go, that's the one that I was happy with earlier on, where it's resized. It's kind of like giving us some extra bit on the side here. It's kind of like extended the table bit here a little bit as well. And I know this, looking at this closely, you can see that the table looks very different here, but we're going to ignore that for now. What we now want to do is, now we've extended it, so we've gone through those few options, we've auto enhanced it, we've removed some objects, and we've now expanded the image in order to give us that extra space so we can now think about posting this on our social media. But there is one other thing that I want to show you, and that is Photoshop filters built directly inside of Adobe Express. Now we're going to come over, we're going to choose this image here, and we're going to come over to effects, and we can see here we've actually got Photoshop filters built directly in here. We could go for any of these that we want to. Let's say we wanted to go for this vintage option here. Now we can see here, for me, this is kind of like, you know, I'm not quite sure it's exactly where I want it to be. We can change the intensity. Okay, so we can turn that down a little bit if we wanted to. But also, we can now, once we've added that filter on here to give us that, we can also still come back and we can still come over and adjust those items that we had earlier on. So now, if you want to, you can bring back some saturation. Okay, bring back a little bit of brightness, and you can see now we've actually got that filter on there. This image is now starting to look like one that I want to actually post, and that's where I ended up with this image here that I was really happy with, applying those filters, removing those distractions, resizing it for my platform that I wanted to choose to post it to, adding a Photoshop filter, and then readjusting and bringing back some of those saturations to add a little bit of something to it for posting it to Instagram. And now I can just go to the download option, download that and share it, or I can just come to the share option and choose to share this directly inside of Adobe Express. And if you want to know how to schedule your content inside of Adobe Express, I'll put a link up to that video here for you. But if you've got any other questions about editing photos inside of Adobe Express, or any other Adobe Express questions, drop them down in the comments below. And until next time, thank you very much and bye for now.